Hey, welcome back to Emotional Mojo. If you could only see the craziness behind the scenes here. We're so excited for our next guest. Listen, the next time you think something is way too hard to achieve, or you're too tired to get up and go for a run or workout, you need to take a look at our next guest, okay? Rajesh Durbal is one of the world's leading practical, inspirational teachers. He is helping millions of people learn how to live free, and we are so honored to welcome here now. Rajesh, welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me.
You are so inspirational.
So inspiring.
And can we just start with your personal story before we get into Live Free and all of that? I mean, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born with congenital deformities, with both of my legs not fully properly developed and my right hand. And the doctors didn't know what was the cause, so they ended up amputating to fit me prosthetic so I'd be able to walk instead of being in a wheelchair.
And how old were you when that happened?
The amputation happened about a year, and then I was in a full body cast, half body cast for about 6 months.
So you've spent your life adjusting, but for you, it's just life, right?
Yeah.
Normal. I mean, do you feel like people make it more of a big deal than it needs to be?
Yeah, I think so too. It's like, you know, you have different shoes for different situations.
Yeah.
I have different legs. It's just, that's the difference. Yeah.
And you do a lot of really cool stuff, right? You're competitive in snowboarding, skiing. What type of skiing?
Slalom skiing. I used to compete in slalom skiing, yeah.
Wow, you have a world record in track and field.
Sprinting, yep.
Yeah, you're the first triple amputee to finish the Hawaii Ironman. I mean, come on.
Twice, yeah, twice. I wanted to get more pain, so I signed back up for another year, yeah. It wasn't hard enough the first time.
What is the most difficult part of all this competing that you do?
You know, I just think, I think it's the mental toughness, you know. Just the hardest part is getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning when nobody's up, and you have to push through those barriers when nobody's out there, you know, engaging you and getting you through that hard moment. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Tara knows a lot about that.
Right, well, I just came from doing, you know, some half marathons over the last 2 weekends with Disney, and it is. I mean, you have to force yourself. I get up at 4:30 so that I can get my workout in.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's different for you as a triple amputee, though, than just the average Joe who needs to get up and exercise just like you do?
Yeah, because I have the whole arsenal of gear that has to come with me. So it's like, I have legs, I have equipment to support the legs, I have a whole recovery process that's a little different. So it's a lot more stacked on top of just going out there and strapping on some tennis shoes and deciding to run, you know?
And you say that, you know, we have different shoes, but you have different legs. Do you have different legs for everything that you're doing? Is that what you meant?
Pretty much,
And
yeah.
what are those?
Wow.
I mean, I have a pair of running legs, I got my walking legs, I got cycling legs, I have beach legs, I make a joke.
I love this.
Right?
Yeah.
So what motivates you? Why do you love doing all this so much?
I just like pushing myself. I like the fact of living on the edge and engaging in life, which when you get complacent, you just become dry and nothing's passionate anymore. So it's just for me, it's my sense of fulfillment to live on the edge. That's what drives me.
Are you even aware of the impact that you have on other people when they see what you've overcome and what you're able to achieve with the obstacles that you have?
I do. I don't see it firsthand, but people tell me, like I see people tell me, man, you should have seen all these people crying when you were running through downtown New York City. And I'm like, I don't understand that.
You're an unintentional hero.
But unintentionally,
for people.
but it's just me just living free. That's just me doing me.
And you mentioned Living Free, so you're the founder of Live Free Foundation. So that's expanded into 3 countries and it's growing. What is the mission? Tell us about Live Free.
The mission is really simple, to help people that are suffering and lost and just feeling like there's no hope in the world. And it really, that's the core mission, and behind that, there's all these different programs that support it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So next month you're going to Tanzania on the Freedom Tour.
Yep.
He's gonna climb Mount Kilimanjaro. You are making us look so bad. Tell us about that, how you're prepping, what you're feeling. Share some excitement with us.
Yeah, make us feel worse.
Make me feel worse than what it
please.
is. It's not my intention. You know, I'm just swimming, biking, and running. That's my prep, and it's all mental. I always say it's 70% mental and 30% physical. That's how I did Ironman Hawaii. I trained mentally, physically. Statistically, I should not have finished that race in the time that I did it in, but mentally, I had finished that race 8 months prior. So that's the same thing I'm doing for Tanzania.
And I was going to ask that question as a mental health therapist. I was going to ask, you know, how much of it is mental and how much of it is physical. So it really is mind over matter.
Oh, definitely.
Don't you find that somewhat ironic for people who are like, I can't do it, I'm not strong enough, I'm too overweight, I'm this, I'm that. hello,
You're making
mind
us
over
look bad.
matters, right?
Right.
Well, and I love that you said I finished that race 8 months before I even got to the start line.
Exactly.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you have this mantra too. We love this: live free, live amazingly. So what's some advice you can give, since this is part of your mission, for viewers watching? Maybe they're going through a tough time right now. They've had some losses in their lives. This is your chance. What would you want to say?
I like to say the sweat is nothing compared to the tears. Period. You know, I mean, and that you can apply to any part of your life. You know, if you're crying over something, you know, just put some sweat, put some hard work into it. That's nothing compared to sitting down and crying on the sofa in front of TV or feeling sorry for yourself. You know, just put some effort behind it.
The sofa and the ice cream don't make you feel better. Going out and running and biking and climbing a mountain make you feel like you literally are on top of the world.
Or just, or making a little simple habit, lifestyle change. Small little changes equal big successful, you know,
You
accomplishments.
guys, if you want to learn more about the Live Free Foundation, you need to get online. Go to livefree.net and learn about that and help him out. Rajesh, you are amazing. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank
You are what our show is all about, so thank you for that.
thank
Do you want to
you.
play yes, no with us?
Yeah, let's do it.
have some fun, okay? We got our signs. You're just going to answer yes or no to each question, okay? Here's something you don't see every day, you guys. A car that can drive itself. The technology is there. The state of California is taking aggressive steps to get driverless cars on the streets as early as this spring for testing. Look at this guy, no hands. It would basically take over your commands so you can do other things. Go through a drive-thru, read a book, maybe even take a nap. This guy is visually impaired. When you're ready to take the wheel again, no problem, switch it right back to your control. But here's where the conversation got kind of funny at work. Would you trust a driverless car?
No. Oh, that was my question. Sorry.
I don't know. I can't decide.
You have to use your sign.
I forgot I was supposed to use my
Rajesh
sign.
says no. I am still on the fence here about this one. Why no?
I just would be too nervous that technology would fail, and you still, it's not like you can be reading a book, you're still supposed to be commanding it, right? You're supposed to say, turn here, turn there, or I don't understand.
Not necessarily, no, but the rules are you will have to sit at least in the driver's seat, so if you do need to take over.
You can't.
You wouldn't trust it either? You wouldn't want to give it a shot?
No, I like to be in control of a car. My destiny.
I am kind of a control freak.
This one's a little controversial, you guys. A Kansas middle school, keep this in mind, a middle school under fire for a sexually explicit poster used in a sex ed class. Look at this poster. It was hung up in the middle school, and it says, how do people express their sexual feelings? And it has a list of a series of different acts, ranging from some...
Is that oral
I
sex?
can't even say it, to cuddling, saying I like you. There's a lot of stuff, you guys. It was meant to be part of a sex ed lesson. Parents are outraged. They say it's way inappropriate for middle schoolers. Others say society has changed and our children know a lot more about sex today than parents are aware of. And many kids that age are already sexually active. So, do you think this poster is okay for a middle school?
No. I think it might be okay for a high school, but not for a middle school. It's too
I think
much.
it's okay for
today.
the classroom. I think it's okay for the classroom within context, but not just out in the open where they can't, you know,
What do you think,
address
Rajesh?
it.
I think kids today, they find a lot of stuff on the internet, so that's nothing compared to what they could find on the internet.
And if it gets
so-
the conversation going.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right, guys, we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Big thank you again to you, Rajesh Durbal. Make sure you guys check out Live Free. It's a really awesome organization. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more inspirational stories for you to round out our show.